What's going on, guys? What's the deal? It's your man Tone Black, back with another video. Real quick, guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, consider it. Check out the content. Excuse me. Check out the content. Check out a few videos. It just might be helpful to you or someone you may know. And if it is, share it. Share it and like it, if you may. So, what I wanted to talk about today, guys, is explaining to you guys that I am not perfect. I know I post videos about working out and whatnot, and inspirational videos, and you guys, y'all see me in the gym. I just wanted to let y'all know, like, I'm not perfect, man. Like, my life is not perfect. I have my faults. I have my bad days, so-called bad days. I don't think there's really any really bad days, but I have my off days, let me say that. And I go through challenges and I go through hurdles just like anybody else. Right quick, just some background on me. I'm a guy from Queens, New York. And I came up like the typical black kid in the 90s, low income household, single mother, no dad around. My teen years, in my 20s, I got into some trouble. I was in the streets heavy, and that's not something that I'm proud of, but it is what it is. Was in the streets heavy, dealing with the wrong people, indulging in narcotics, using and selling. And yeah, I got myself into some trouble, in those years. If anyone knows Rikers Island, been to Rikers Island, and it's like I said, it's not nothing that I'm proud of, but it is what it is. It's my past, and part of that made me who I am to this day. So after that, after I indulged in that stuff for a little over 10 years, I moved away from the neighborhood I was in. Moved out to Connecticut. I had my son and my daughter, back to back. And when that happened, it was like a brand new day. Well, it was a brand new day, literally. And it changed my life for the better. Now, has things been rough? Yes. It was very rough, you know what I'm saying? When I first had my children. But, you get used to parenthood. Just like anything else, you get better at it. Now, my son is 9. My daughter is 8. And they my world, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I push. And that's a huge reason, too, why I do this YouTube channel. This is my legacy. Of course, I want to spread the information that I do put out there to more people. And influence more people. But the stuff that I teach on here, I'm glad, because it can't go nowhere. My kids, if something happens to me today or tomorrow, my kids can easily come here and they can see what I was about. They can see how I live my life. So yeah. So that's just a quick background on me. I'll indulge in it at a later time, but I just wanted to let you guys know, like, just because y'all see me in the gym every day, I work every day hard, and I'm making moves. I'm making moves in my life. I got plans. I got plans for my children, because, what else is there? I already did the dumb shit, what I'm saying? I did the dumb shit, made mistakes. I don't harp on it. But by the grace of God, I'm here, and God has been very well to me. He's been very good. Had setbacks, just like anybody else, and I do feel like I'm supposed to be further in life. But then again, everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason, and everything everything I feel is God's timing. So you got to be super patient when it comes to progress, you know, and and being successful, you know. So if you guys are going through it, I would recommend, you know, come up with a plan. You know, whatever you aspiring to do, come up with a plan, and be patient. You know, and day in and day out, work on mastering your plan. Work on getting better every day. You know, in every aspect of life. You know, and definitely be a leader, especially if you have children. You know what I'm saying? Be a leader for you got to lead yourself first, but if you have children, definitely lead your children so they'll follow you on that path. You know, so that was just my little rant, guys. I wanted to put that out there. You know, I was trying to shoot this video all day. I didn't have the time, but now I had a few minutes, so I decided to shoot this video. So again, like I said, if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, check it out. Check out a few videos. If you may, please subscribe, like the video, and share the content to someone it may help out. All right. So until next time, your man Tone Black. Everybody stay blessed up. Your boy. One.